Uma diabein kinying wi Jesus Christ wadwa jeng ki pergina pergobe no kan disiantin ayegi tum cholo kuong mi chol disiang chiang kuong mi chol udwa barnamij meni chakwa bergi uchugi bede doy kolong wa uchugi be pinwa ben walinga ki gigakom onwale ki bwa bude ubede wa ba munazamin mi barnamij football gun welcome the king for us.
Awesome. So I'm gonna be reading a few names of special guests and acknowledgments, and we want to honor you guys for being here today and being a part of this program, and also coming and supporting the Shilluk community in Australia. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge and honor Vivian Ewan, the chairperson of the Multicultural Australia community, and Bay Tai, the deputy of Victoria Multicultural Community. If we can give them a hand, thank you very much. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge and also honor Julia Bender, the principal of St. Peter's. Let's give her a hand as well. I'd like to also acknowledge Pastor Brian Grasby, the man that just came and blessed us, so why don't we give him a hand as well. I'd like to also acknowledge and honor the presence of Gora Adil, the chairperson of the Anua community in Victoria. Acknowledging also David Ajak, the SBS journalist that is here to support us. I would like to also acknowledge Peter Ayub, the head of the earlier SPLM Australia. Would also like to acknowledge Dr. Otha, the Councillor of Warrnambool, that he is here in our presence as well. We also like to acknowledge Dr. Ajak, the Chollo ambassador. I would like to also acknowledge Amam Dan Onuen from the Finidwe community, so I'd like to give him a hand. We are also acknowledging Tar Yor, the president of the Nuer community, that is here with us. We would also like to acknowledge Josu by being the chairperson of the Malakal community of Australia. We're also acknowledging George Mariano Nello, the chairperson of the Loa community of Victoria. We will also acknowledge Joseph Onywin, the chairperson of the Chollo community of Victoria. And David Alway, the chairperson of the Pari community. Thanks also for being here with us. We'd like to also acknowledge Andrew Oyada, the chairperson of the Latuko community. And we are also acknowledging Nuruddin and Omar, the CEO of Master Remit. Thank you also for being with us. Awesome. So all our acknowledged guests, if you guys can please come up to the front, and we'll have you guys dressed in the short loud, which is what I'm wearing here. So if you guys can all come up, please, and we'll get our beautiful community people to come and help you get dressed as well.
Yang tuan teman mau penyut kongnya, ikong wen magabi, utoy gigilaw. Gaubi ulaukan yan uwaw yugen ke pung chol menenyi tu law
As we are taking our seats, I want to invite Mama Analgiza to come up to the stage and really share the meaning behind, or the symbol behind the whole thing that's happened here, that the whole Lawa attire being put on other people, and what that means in the Shilluk community or in the Shilluk traditional ways. So if Mama Analgiza, you're here, you can please come to the stage.
When you do kung mi chol, mena pergo to walau, mena taranana, ji moga ba wil moga, ulu ni ye killing tiu, do weekend, wow you then kimana mi lau mani, or the keep gina pergo kidi, you will moga.
Yeah, good evening. I can say on behalf of our ladies, thank you very much for your attending to us here. Thank you very much for coming this evening to join us, the guests. And I thank the ladies because they turn up to this particular day that they have to show their culture to others, not only to them but to others, and also to engage their children. That is the best thing that I'm happy to tell you about, that we are here as mothers, fathers, children, and the rest. So including our guests who are here before us, and we are very proud of receiving you and being with us. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We as women, I would like to tell you exactly that we were tying the white lao, different from the other, which our men were wearing before. They were using the pink color, which is the common one with any ordinary man in our culture will use the pink color. The white color, we always tie it to the guests or to those whom we are welcoming because it represents it represents the clothes, which is it's something that the king used to put on. He never wear any other color, only the white one. So our king put on the white one as a sign of leadership and purity. And always when we are honoring somebody who is a big person or somebody whom we would like to lift up, we put the white one, not adding different color. And that's why we give you this white one to honor you, that you are all leaders. You are all leaders of any kind, be them from the church or from the community or from anywhere. So we are proud of that. You are leaders. Yeah. And you could see when the women were about you, they have only one type of a clothes today, not different one that they were wearing before in other cultures some years back, very colored one. This one now is only one type of a cloth with the uniform color. And this is a sign for a special naming of women group of Chollo, because in our culture back, we always group ourselves and we try to call ourselves with a special name of any of the natural things that we are surrounding. Could be a name of an animal, could be a name of anything around us. So we named the koala in this country because we observe the koala as a small animal and it admired us. We don't have it in Africa, so we were very proud of naming ourselves as Koala Group. And Koala Group. And the clothes we are wearing, we have the picture of koala, and you observe it from the women when they were moving in a line, and the koala stands at the side of the cloth. That is the picture of koala, because we are the koala. With all our men, we are the wives of the koala also. So we are the koala women and koala men. We name ourselves together, so we are. But men always, they like to wear that pink color and the white color. And we put this on as women. So when we are playing anywhere, when you see this one, remind yourself that this is the Koala group person. Thank you. And there is another thing I want to tell you also, the beads we are wearing, all the women of our culture here, you see different types and different colors, different colors of beads. The yellow color is for a special group of villages. The green colors are from other villages. The red colors are from other villages. The brown colors are from other villages. And the main color, when you see the bead like this, the main color represents as a particular group. And that's why when we come to play like this in the cultural event, we have to put your bead color so anybody around here now knows that where I'm coming from. I'm married by a man who comes from this part of the part of Sudan, and we have this. So those who have the yellow one are of the same village. Those who have the green ones are of the same village. Those with the brown ones, the same thing. So you will observe that when you come across mixing with us or mingling with us in all the other events. The colors are representing a group of people. Yeah. So the most important why we insist in doing these events and also using all these things now is just to show our young ones, because they are now becoming real Australians. Then they forget about our culture. So we don't want that. We want to mix it. We want to use our culture so that it mingle with the Australian culture so that they don't forget any of them. That's why we intend to do the events, and also the children will dance now, you will see them. Especially the boys with the blue clothes they tie up. It is to show them that they are boys, but here in Australia, the blue color is represented by the boys, is representing the boys. But in our culture there, it was a pink one. Now we are using the Australian culture. They put the blue to the boys, and now they will dance with that blue. They will dance with that blue. And the last thing is that I would have said something about food, but food is not here before us, and so we have continued the other things until that time comes for the food. I will introduce to you the type of foods that we admired much.
Then I
Can we all also, for the guests that would say it in English, so we all just taking our seats as we welcome the chairperson of the Australian Chollo community as part of our tradition. So for those that are standing up, please sit down. And for those that are walking around, find a seat and let's grab a seat as well. And then we can continue our dancing a bit later on. So why don't we put our hands together for Nabil, the chairperson of the Australian Chollo community.
People of Chollo, I greet you all. Well, Mogabi can be chanting. Our visitors who are here tonight with us, it's great for our culture. In the beginning, I would like to appreciate all our visitors who have come. I would like to acknowledge our visitors who are here with us. Victoria, among us here, let me put that in English. Evening all. I would like to thank all Chollo people and Chollo community members who are here with us this evening, and those who could not make it to be with us due to any other reasons or any other commitment. Also, I would like to acknowledge our guests of honor. Among us here, we have the chairperson, Victoria Multicultural Affairs, Her Excellency Vivian Nguyen. And also present with us here, the Deputy Chair of Commissions, Mr. Boy Toy. Also with us, Miss Julia Bender, the Deputy Principal of St. Peter's College. Also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Friends of South Sudanese, Reverend Pastor Brian Grasby. Also among us here, the Chollo elders, Ambassador Dr. Joktap Ajak. And we have also our elders, Mama Adelgiza, who spoke before us here. Community leaders, we have a chairperson of Anywa community. Among us here, the chairperson of Luo community, Mr. George. Among us also here, Mr. David Kwai, the chairperson of Perry community. Present with us, We have Joseph Unen, the chairperson of Chollo community. Among us this evening, Andrew Oida, the chairperson of Otua community. Also, we have our guests. We have Ashim and Omer Badreddin. So they are Africans and a friend of Chollo community and South Sudanese community. Dear Chollo, friend, and the people of Australia and Victoria, I greet you in the name of mighty God and Nyikama, who brought us here also as a people of Nyikama people culture. This year, Chollo is celebrating 531 years of foundation of Chollo Kingdom. Chollo Kingdom is one of ancients in the modern Sudan and currently South Sudan, and is the only one kingdom now which is not autonomous, but they are the people who ruled by the law, by the king. Among us here, and which is very important, we have one of our brothers, and we have honor to present you also an icon of South Sudanese and African who made it, and the first person as a migrant to be in the local government. Among us here, Councillor Otha Akoich. Among us here, one of our community member and guests, and it is an important person for our community, Ambassador Professor Peter Ayul, the representative of SPLM in opposition in Australia. Dear Chollo and friend of Chollo, I will speak later, but before I go, I would like to call upon my guest of honor, the person who actually live what she's supposed to be doing and humble herself to celebrate with Chollo people in Australia, an Australian Chollo community here. Please welcome Ms. Vivian Nguyen, the chairperson of Australian Multicultural Commission.
Well, it is indeed an honor. My first time here with the Australian Chollo community. Thank you so much for having me join you tonight. I would like to begin by paying respects to the traditional owners of the land on which we are gathered and pay my respect to the elders past and present. I acknowledge the Australian Chollo Community Chair, Nubal. Thank you so much for the call you made to me. My name is Nubal, and I would like you to come to my community event. Sure, I'll come, no doubt. But here I am. Thank you very much. And also acknowledge all of your executive members, as well as all of the elders, the women, and everyone here tonight. And a very special acknowledgement to Councillor Otta Akok. I'm sure your community is proud of you, and we are all proud of you as well. Also acknowledging Pastor Brian Gatsby. Thank you so much for your prayer. It's free, but it's very important. And Deputy Principal at St. Peter's College, Shilluk, thank you for joining us. I'm so honored to be here. I have been to many community events and functions within the broader South Sudanese community, but this is my first time after a year and a half being in this role as chairperson for the Victorian Multicultural Commission, to be amongst you and to be so welcome, and to see you so all colourful, energetic, passionate and committed to promoting and preserving your traditions and your culture. Thank you so much, and you are obviously passing those traditions, the language, the culture, the history to the younger people, and that's why you got the deputy principal here and others here as well. It's really important. That's what makes Victoria rich. That's what makes Victoria proud, and that's what makes Victoria much better in understanding each other, and together we will be so much stronger and prevent racism, prevent discrimination, and prevent all sorts of things that are harmful to our society. Thank you so much for doing what you are doing. I'm really, really grateful and very proud of you. Thank you.
Yanu do goge tarjama na lanu ako begini so piu go medo awal mara goge ka kijam junubin South Sudanese in particular, made multicultural affairs in Victoria Bend. So few government uneneni o bene nimi ka chuolu ji moga ba different color ke bere jamniza will gani for discrimination in Australia zaru ta katni ke ka chuolu ayi ke bigan Kenya ai tola ke So we will need to go continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Point Moge me pargata char.
Our appreciation
Omegwa Omie
will give it to our brother,
da me pargata char.
the most important persons here, for doing the job that he's doing here. What he's doing here is going to go all around the world. My brothers, I will appreciate my brother, a journalist, David Ajak Chenako. From SBS.
This is David Ajak is here to cover all our activity and cultural celebration through SBS. South Sudanese Dinka, and actually will be SBS Shilluk. I will also like to acknowledge one of our community member, the man who keep Luo culture alive, the man who documented the Luo history from where they come from, the man who and also would like to pass our history to generation to come. Please welcome and acknowledge our brother and author, the writer Sandemina Onyala.
Nyalni agwedi way nyalni balu luo ba ko bel ngani you know Sudan so we di we culture mia en we go no de kanyanan so cha puo ji do ji nyibil ja nyibil ke pe go mena go kan go do ko ba kam wan ge ke den e yuan you go ram in wale kan yo ber wa dog to everything that we talking about here concerning tradition it's all in his book so that our children can remember and know tomorrow kan yo le der angen u be ga ngen ke be do gol won ti wa me do char kamen do my family I'm happy ye da ta no mi me no ga wa ga kanyani we also got another person here jang no a new community awon ke dan mi gon he did not come in person but he sent someone else on his behalf please we would like to acknowledge the presence of representative of Nuer president in Victoria jang no anu de kanyani terno be terno ngai ma ba jang no la kinda dan man kalen banai bi ko terno de pende daun ke dan ke be o be de pure ke ndi jamte doj jonga ke bul kawakada o wel mo ke gonne mo ke nyoko ya biru mi kama beno ne no kura lo lo ni kana yo wala ni ye bo ni ke kwa mo yo e nyare kona Baradikayo, Banaja, Baradajano, Yamalwaya, you killed no do love one. Yabiru become a better than a Muraloma. Yikayo, Bala, the wood, you carry Guamurio. They are going on a we can't even. Baradikayo, Balaja, Baradajano, Yamalwaya. Kim je lonku dul we kon boyke da be bu ali mo ro pa yete me boyke ba de me abe undi je abe de ruma la ila yo ya le boy nya ko we call you Mani fami yo, le dare malo, wa le cheno. You kim chen, do le kwan ke yo. Da bi ya bu de li wo, to mi ma yino. Don lo we. Ayu da ba e te u pe ye. Abi u mi da bi le ku ga yo ma. Ka yo, be na ye le ko ni ke. We got it. Well, the down, and I can't. You keep me here. Go number one. The big up with the evil. No matter if they will pay you. I'm looking. Happy to be. Away. We are moving, yes. Oh, you mean to my body, yeah?
Pastor Brian Okwer Brian Bahamat Mapergotek Sudanese community as all Waben Padawa Kede Bachol Bahamat Le Okwer Brian Bedbaji community me Sudanese Gaben Badan Mapergotek Jibel Australia Kanyani was Badan Magu Gugmate Yewa Ben wa Sudanese wa Ben Kipakina warning you got no Badan till ma would borade chol mama the chol why it killed so that many Badan me to be Kin Badan Mapergotek Yewa Ben.
Good evening, everybody. It's a great blessing for me to be here tonight. I'd like to thank my brother Nabil, the chairman of your community, for inviting me tonight. I love being with you. A little background on how this Kawaja became a Chollo. 22 years, Ambassador Dr. Jotham Ajak came to our church and he was looking for a little help. And we became great friends. And then for a number of years, I ran a house church in Anne Adang's house. And then Jotham's house. And then our Reverend Oyem's house. All the while I felt honoured to be called a friend. I made a promise when I was in that house church that when you found peace, yeah, you said that? That when you have found peace. So, that I would travel there. To this wonderful South Sudan. Now, when you signed your peace agreement, on the 9th of January, 2005, you signed it on my wife's birthday. So that's why So I knew God was calling me there. I started to make plans to go that very year. So I put together some of the supporters for Dora Hope. So I planned to go. But just over a week before we went, your great Dr. John Garang passed away. So you could feel the grief in the diaspora here. And the grief back home. They had lost a great man. But we're believing that his legacy will go on. Thinking it may be a little dangerous, I said to the team, you stay, I'll go. But they said, we'll go too. So we all went over there. Belshur, he was there. Pawang. Another Amum. It's like my family, the Amum. And we travelled all the way up to Kakuma. Then in Narus we finally put our feet on South Sudanese soil. Since that first day, I've been there 32 times. So and I have plans to go at least 32 more. So we want to see South Sudan rise from the ashes of war and become a great country, the greatest country in Africa. I've always prayed that it'll be the jewel in the crown of Africa. Now a little about Door of Hope.
So Door of Hope
we have been involved in a number of countries.
So da jamma gogon ge the mir magir
Fiji, Vanuatu, Philippines.
Door of Hope not ke Fiji ke Vanuatu ke Philippines.
Thailand, Myanmar, PNG.
Ke Thailand ke Myanmar ke Papua New Guinea.
Uganda, Kenya, and of course South Sudan.
Uganda ke Kenya, South Sudan.
And in particular in the Upper Nile.
So gina pargotek back in one Door of Hope not ke podun ke Upper Nile.
I've had the privilege of being to Malakal in the Upper Nile.
So yada kan me gid me pargotek jar kan ya ke Malakal ya be the Upper Nile
13 times.
So TLPR we dad.
That's probably more than most of you.
Gir ke balun ke kanyne bole kanywa be watin Upper Nile.
I visited the Wreath in 2006 with Jotham.
So Pastor Brian Akat kayid ke we pin ayid ke afton we er kuong.
And we went again in 2007.
Ke bol kayni ba 2007.
I feel very privileged to meet your king.
Abeda gid me pargotek charu ade go yuden.
It's still one of my most loved memories.
So beda gid pin me pargotek manyu me ba wul ke wigon.
Our host was not just a great man.
So when dun the chol beda me pargotek char batan
he was a paramount chief.
And Bajam,
a very respected statesman. A very respected statesman. And a great friend. His name's Kawajas.
And
it was a fantastic adventure. We don't have things like that in Australia. We went down the Nile.
So
we travelled to your king's village. And all the chiefs sat around him with all their heads bowed, not looking into his eyes. And I remember it was a very hot day. But your Wreath is a great man.
So he
realized how difficult it was for them to sit. So he got up and went outside for a while. And they all could all relax. But as soon as he walked back in, they were at attention again on the floor. It was a great day. It's a beautiful and rich country.
So you know, full
of wonderful people that need our help.
So
but I know God has a plan. In 82, as many of you know, I had a dream about South Sudan.
In 1982,
2005, I went there.
So 2005,
and in 10 years, I hope that we will see a country that is strong and rich in every way.
So
let me just finish with this.
So we're going to go together.
This is from Isaiah 18. Woe to the land of whirring wings. They can read it. So I'll just read it? Yeah. Woe to the land of whirring wings, along the rivers of Cush, which sends envoys by sea and papyrus boats over the water. Go swift messengers to a people tall and smooth-skinned. To a people feared far and wide, an aggressive nation of strange speech, whose land is divided by rivers. All you people in the world, you who live on the earth, when a banner is raised in the mountains, you will see it, and when trumpet sounds, you'll hear it. This is what the Lord says to me. I will remain quiet, and I will look on from my dwelling place, like shimmering heat in the sunshine, like a cloud of dew in the heat of the harvest. For before the harvest, when the blossom is gone and the flowers becomes a ripening grape, he will cut off the shoots with pruning knives. and cut down and take away the spreading branches. They'll all be left to the mountain birds of prey and to the wild animals. The birds will feed on them all summer and the wild animals in winter. This is where you are now. You've had trouble and it's been difficult, but God's promise is this. At that time, gifts will be brought to the Lord Almighty, from a tall people, smooth-skinned, from a people feared far and wide, an aggressive nation, a strange speech, whose land is divided by rivers. The gifts will be brought to Mount Zion, the place of the name of the Lord Almighty. God is not finished with South Sudan. The best is yet to come. Thank you very much. Shukran Gazealand.
Thank you, Pastor Brian. Thank you.
fresh fish and the dry fish. And the other main food again, what is here? Malakal. Let me show you Malakal. Do you know these soups, this soup and this soup, we use Malakal. I think it's become very common in Australia here now. Malakal. They know how to do it, they do like this in traditional way, and it forms in circle type this time, then this is the main food. I think this is the main food of the Chollo people. They can use water sometimes, the other one, boil water and throw it inside water instead of cooking it as dry as this. Then it bring another one, which we share with the Dinkas and the Nuers, they call it a kop. Yeah. And this is also very common. Of course, we are cattle rearers, all of us. Dinka is the top, Nuer is the next. We are real cattle, but we are cultivators. So we have this type of milk, which is the yogurt, traditional yogurt, which is very, very common. It can pass a morning without a food of yogurt. You can't pass a morning without a food of yogurt. Then we have this one. This one is the greens, and this is molokia. Molokia came up lately of the green leaves. We pick it just wild one in the open space. We just look for the wild ones. They don't cultivate it. They don't plant it. They look for the wild ones. Then khudra. Then we cook it in any other soup, whether be it of dry fish or be it of meat. If by accident we get some wild animals, we can get meat, but not very common to get meat. Our main thing is fish, dry fish, and greens. And there are so many other greens, which is this one. Like this one, we did it here. We use your greens here as the spinach. to replace what the greens that we collect along the Nile. This is the main place where we get our greens is along the Nile. Along the Nile, there are quite a lot of greens that grow there. Any woman can go and pick it up and come and cook it. So we have plenty along the Nile, please. I tell you frankly speaking, we have plenty of food along the Nile, apart from fish. When we are tired of eating fish, we look for the greens along the Nile there. And this one is salad. This is a modern culture food. This is a modern culture. We don't have it like that. We don't have it in the yellow thing there. We have only greens. Kisra also came in with the tradition of the Arabs, those who were coming from the Middle East. Then we adapted that and became one of the main food with us. Now it is competing with Malakal. It is now competing with Malakal in most of the houses. And we have the asida, which is missing today. We have the asida, the one that we do is very traditional in the Equatorian people with the Equatorian people, very common there. We have it, but not very common like akela. Akela is the main food. Yeah, I'm happy to thank all these things before me, and I think this is all. That's all that I can say. Yeah. Then, keep it open. If somebody would like to test some soup, we can test it now. And we are opening the door for the whole food now. We have our Australian food there. Our traditional food here in this country, we have it here, the fried things and the whatever is there. So now the food is open to anybody. Feel free to take something for yourself, especially those who are rushing to work. Especially those who are rushing to work. Yeah, they are rushing to work.
Where do they watch it?
Oh, you want to speak? Again? Yeah. Then yeah, you can come this way. We have some fried chickens there. Yeah. I think we can start.
Shukran Adoya. Huma the Uben, Chollo community, and the friends of the Chollo community. Ninga Chola Beri Jok, Yabanya Ustaz Peter Yung, Ki Nya Luan, Uyabanya Tool, Uyabanya Chol, and I'm a proud South Sudanese girl. So I won't make this too long, but I've been brought up here to speak about how I've been able to keep my culture for so long. And thinking about that, I kind of went back to how my childhood was. And my childhood was essentially me going to things like Shilluk school, coming to events like this, community events, and my parents speaking Shilluk to me at home. At the time while I was growing up, I didn't know that was my parents trying to keep the culture alive for me. But now as a grown-up, going into different places, I realized I really want to thank my parents because when I came to South Sudan for the very first time, yeah, in Juba, and then they asked me the first thing, and I was like, I got this one, my parents have taught me well, and I felt very proud, and these are the things that we all need to remember as young people. You have an identity, and just because you're in Australia, it doesn't mean that culture is one thing. Culture can be many things. You can be an Australian girl, you can be a Sassanese girl, and most importantly, and you got to remember that wherever you go. So I want to thank my parents for allowing me to keep the culture alive. I didn't know that was what they were doing at the time, but I'm very thankful that that's what they're doing. So I want to encourage the parents. Although sometimes we buy We reply back in English. Please continue to speak Shilluk to us because it doesn't mean we're not listening. So I'd like to encourage you all to keep it up. We are listening, and when we grow up, and after 20 years plus of being in Australia, I'm proud to always be able to go back and say, "Yebanya chol, yebanya tune," and Mama ki baba be ling. I don't reply in Shilluk, and my Shilluk is not that good, but I want to thank you for continuing to bring the culture alive. And I encourage all the other parents, you're raising kids in Australia, please continue to speak in Shilluk with them, bringing them to community events, making them wear loud because Kadonge. Now, we are so proud to put on loud, and the little Shilluk, we're holding on to it. So thank you. I'd like to pass it on to Medi. She has a message for the young kids.
All right, so you got what I met you yam. Yeah, but I know you have a yik. It's not good. All right, you got what I met you yam. I'm sure a lot of people know me. You got you make you. They told me I will slowly like it. I encourage. So you don't come to talk because they do come to English. We don't know the language, man. Like it must sit me back in. Probably. Yeah. Message me back in. It's supposed to be low on, like in message me about the team down. Please keep speaking with the job in your legal. Because at the moment I said I have a Sunday school teacher or job me one. Kabega that up when you work is very hard because the child munga and my dog make you get link bunga. Get out with why the woman like in woolly man and make a quick. So let's look at Google. Can you look at Google with the child? Can you go explain? Can you give me bang on? Can you job barman? All these things are really important when you do it. It's starting with 1, 2, 3. Actually, I want the young man to be It starts with that. Tell alphabet too. It starts with that. It's really important. Telling them when I it's really good. I'm so happy I didn't get a tongue, Benny. Telling the children mother, it's a really great thing that we're doing. And I'm sure I'm going to go against a quick lakin, Nimi can I go, can I pay no money? Yan gets a good one. I've always ended up like was sharing. What the and what I one when I carry up, what the or go match I work on. Jumping like in more than a year, jumping a big quick, which I will encourage you bigger young. No more than all the time, but better Manasua, what I've been. So that's the message. John, you know what you could go more with your clinical better Manasua me, you be here now. Tell me about Luma, Yaman the same in the Quanua, Lois, and one about next generation. 1 or 2 call me a man. Because next time, when I could wait, then don't bring out where we did our money. And I'm not very quick and very easy to catch up with you know. But we appreciate it and thank you. I will introduce Esther and introduce yourself quickly because I'm a new one and we really appreciate it and thank you for everything we've done. Next time, hopefully, our youth, when you go Manasaba, you be with you. That will be a beautiful thing. They don't want to introduce yourself, so you don't have to say anything. Introduce yourself, and there's a woman who are among us.
Hi everyone, Kidu. Yabai Esther, Kidu mother man, you about young, a mom, who put that bow for.
Hello.
Kidu mother ben, you about young, who put the bow for. Tiam, a mom, who put the bow.
Hello, Ninga Banya Midwalk. I'm from Penicania.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Dear Chollo people, Chollo Ben, Mogonut, Kikany di Chamtin, Yachum Kabole Kanyani, Kapanyi Mia, Di Mepergata Kaya, Ye Dao Mia Jalpoin Peter Ayul, Alongajak, Mia Spiela Mayo, Australia. So please welcome Mr. Peter Ayul. ke kanyini yaw chol omie da ma bi ka la kany malaw ke pa yuod kuong chol ke pa duang chol ke pa nyol chol omie ba da na kel mena yeb yo ke pa dan ben ngana lo ji ke ponni o go yuden kena wow chuka kata pole chala yika de ka nyi de yin yu chuka poka gipin ka yile de komla ya goli tenga chinga yo cholo mia kansala otaji to represent all South Sudanese in Australian local governments, and he was the only migrant and refugee from African background to be elected in the local council as a councillor. So please welcome Brother Councillor Otaji Akoj. So the podium will be for them.
What I go and wood your one ball because so I didn't look at you and be before. So we're gonna do a part of wood kawal, I taken your one ball. He mangan Kinya Tilipani. So go going on the Baluta Jacob. Ya don't the Shangaru layer. Or I will put up on your more. Wakoi den kala tuma gawalwa galo jala mu toyon kati wo wena nyati ilkwany wo sur nya gide tenta ro wo poje kawai ga nyimo gwa tom tianga ule doj ora wo kuda kwany mole asa nyale doj wakoi den kala tuma gawalwa galo jala wadon kati wo wena nyati ilkwany wo sur Nyaki tenta, ro poya kawai ga nyewo. Ya dong di jangaru. Yawuk. Ro kuda kwani mor ga jai weni dos. Kwa koi den kala tunga. Gawon wa ga lu jala. Poyon. Kati wo wena nyati kwani wo sur. Nyaki tenta, ro poya kawai ga nyewo. Ya dong jangaru le dos. Ora kwani mola la sai nyala doj pa ko tinkala tuma ga walwa wo galo tala wallahi wan kati wo weni ngati kwani osu nya gi denta ro po ya awai ga nyawa nya dong di jangaru le doj ora wo ko kwani mola ga jai weni doj le men ya gale ora wo po da kwani mola ga jai weni doj utai den kala tuma ga lo galo tala mu poyon kati wo weni ngati kwani osu nya gi denta ro wo po ka wa ga nyawa ga ba piara kala wo galo tala piwa ling sawa yulo ja o nyamba wan asura pandan wan kala ko amanda pan mamie nya
Thank you, Rebecca Mahmood and Kimay Dad, the change of, thank you. I greet you all in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Of course, today I'm speaking as SPLA-IO representative to Australia, which means I'm going to put a political flavor on your cultural day. It will be a political flavor. You have been dancing, you have been
showing us your culture. Now, I will take you a little in the political world. All protocols observed. I would like to acknowledge the presence of my comrades, Comrade Musa Abraham, the chairperson of Victoria chapter. Thank you for joining us today, and all the comrades who came with you. You are welcome to celebrate with us today. Brothers and sisters, first and foremost, allow me to thank Mr. Nyibila Mukien, Chairman of Australian Chollo community, for giving me this opportunity as SPLA-IO representative to Australia. Indeed, we are really very grateful for this meaningful and gracious gesture. In this regard, I would like to say with loud voice that SPLA-IO is very proud of Chollo people, because Chollo have produced Agwelek, and SPLA-IO is very proud of Agwelek in the struggle for justice and equality in South Sudan. As a result, I would like to seize this moment to congratulate Mr. Nyibila Mumuki with his team and all the members of Australian Chollo community for the wonderful and colorful day. Brothers and sisters, today Chollo people in Australia have displayed their amazing culture. This is the beauty of our different cultures in South Sudan. How fascinating and captivating these unique dances, these wonderful songs, and those colorful dresses of Chollo women and Chollo girls, the Lao. Collectively, it is a sensational and beautiful picture of our various cultures. In other words, this wonderful cultural day shows us that South Sudan is a country that is extremely rich with different cultures, which need to be promoted and developed in order to reflect a good image about us. On the other hand, this beautiful day can remind us about the importance and urgency of peace and stability in South Sudan. Even more, it can motivate us to aspire for genuine and sustainable peace in our beloved country, South Sudan. In this context, I would like to assure all of you that SPLA-IO, under the leadership of Dr. Machar is fully committed to the revitalized peace agreement which was signed in 2018. Furthermore, I would like to assure all of you that SPLA-IO will not leave any stone unturned in its struggle to achieve freedom, democracy, justice, equality, and prosperity in South Sudan. Brothers and sisters, we in SPLA-IO strongly believe that South Sudan is one nation, and there is no any tribe which can be an island within it. In other words, all the people of South Sudan must work together to make it a better place for all of us. As it was said, as it was said by Martin Luther King Jr., the leader of the civil rights in America, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Thus, SPLM-SPLA-IO will continue to work hard to bring justice and equality everywhere in South Sudan. In this context, SPLM-SPLA-IO will vigorously continue to implement the peace agreement despite the huge challenges in order to create a stability which will give confidence to millions of our people who are suffering in the refugees camp to return to their original homes in their country. In conclusion, I would like to thank once again Mr. Nyebila Mungkit and everyone in his team for organizing this wonderful occasion. Indeed, our culture is our identity. Therefore, it is a great privilege for me to share you this joyful cultural day. I wish you all very happy day. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Viva SPLM-IO! Mr. Councillor, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening or good night. I feel overwhelmed. I feel honored. I feel privileged to stand here tonight to talk to you on this occasion. Chollo Australian community, the community I'm proud of as one of the founders of this community. It was 20 years ago when we first made our cultural day under my leadership. It is repeated today under the leadership of Jaga Jibin. I wanted him actually to be a chairperson after us, few years after us. But he was aiming for something. He wanted to study, he wanted to do other things. But I think it is time now that he comes. And true leaders came on difficult times when there is difficulties. And I think Chollo community is in safe hands of Nyebila Mung. I don't really have more to say, but I will be quick because we have stayed for long and we want to dance, you know. We want to finish the evening with dancing. But what I want to say to you today is that we are here to recognize the culture, to share our culture. Australia is a multicultural country, so it fitted well with what we are doing now. I'm quite happy to see our friend Father Brian is here to represent the faith, and Julie Buddha to represent the education. And the Multicultural Commission, Ms. Nguyen, she was here to represent the Australia Multicultural Society. there is leaders of the communities. So it is really very important for all of us to come together and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Yes, we come to Australia, but is it enough that we are here? What makes it to be a good citizen? What makes it to be an Australian? I think it is you. It is you to make you a good citizen. It is you to do something for yourself, to do something for your community, to do something for the whole nation. I tried my bit, and I did it. I made it, but I've just paved the way. It is you, especially the young generation, to take it on, to dream bigger, to fulfill the dreams. That's why it has to be started somewhere. Don't feel that you come from somewhere. Yes, we come from somewhere, but you are Australian citizen. You have the obligations, you have the duty. So let us think of, painting Australia in a very big picture. I will leave you here. Thank you.
Hello. I forgot something little. Because we are seeing these colorful and beautiful pictures from the women. On behalf of SPLM-IO, I'm donating you $500 to the women of Koala. Thank you.
It's time to dance.
She will repeat. I will give it to her.
dia ko legi pe da gin ma wil ma ya ko ke ne da ko fi ko ma na go e ta ket lakin gina perteka wil to ya do ko di ting man ya ko la we me tong ke me mu ki ting man na ya ke me ji kene ye da ngi ji don ke mu te ma me jong ku be nu ting man ka na da unu ba ngi ji don piwo be do un tayo un po ta kenya gimatin una yon ting man ai kolongo ba jang kinya nyago ko gon wa tio ke community mi na dong mana jage jange nyebin yo mu ki to ko yo
Achia mojo, may much, ki mama nyayo, kuro dana kiri guru yung anyang.
Tala pur ke pan oh ye bela jangan wan. They can do what
Kawala Pojan Ben, Kemadipio Gamana Gogul, Javun, Amus, Pintovayo.
Chollo.